Good, meteorologist Nicholas Boso here. Now time for next weather here on our Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us. A lot to cover today, and I mean a lot going on. First of all, though, we're going to start with something a little lighter before we get on to the breaking news stuff here. This is going to be a little segment that meteorologist Matt Barron timed yesterday, and this is just kind of an interesting thing. A lot of things that we're talking about today. Of course, we were talking about the cold weather that is coming in tonight. A little update on the earthquake that happened in the West Coast as well that will bring to you. Also some rain chances next week. But Matt here is going to talk about our chances of having a white Christmas. Yes. So let's get right to it. Here's meteorologist Matt Barron time.
Hey there, folks. I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. Of course, at this time of year, I always get asked the question, is there any chance that we'll get a white Christmas? The answer is not really. I mean, it could be a once-in-a-generation type thing. I'll never say never, but it's very unlikely that we'll get a white Christmas this year or really any year. Now, first, I need to give you the technical definition of a white Christmas. Just a few flakes in the air is not a white Christmas. You have to have 1 inch of snow on the ground on December 25th. And believe it or not, that's a lot harder to do than it might sound. So where can we go to find a white Christmas? Well, you have to go pretty far north. And you look at this map, and I know it gets really hard to kind of figure out exactly what percentages we're talking about. So I broke it down for you and kind of broke it out. And I thought about, hey, where can we actually drive to? Well, the closest spot that we could see some snow, or at least a chance, is going to be Mentone up in the northern part of the state near Valley Head, Fort Payne, elevation nearly 1,700 feet, about a 4% chance of seeing 1 inch of snow on the ground for a white Christmas. All right, well, if that's not a big enough chance for you, maybe you go a little farther to the north. Head up to Gatlinburg. That's about a 9-hour drive. It's a pretty long drive, but you get a little better chance of seeing 1 inch of snow on the ground, around 6%. Still fairly low, so maybe you can drive a little farther. Let's go all the way to Boone, North Carolina, which is up over 3,000 feet elevation. Now we're starting to get a decent chance, nearly 20%. That's still just 1 in 5. So where can you go for the best chance of a white Christmas in the Southeast? Well, you got to go to the highest spot in the Southeast, and that's going to be Mount Mitchell in North Carolina, elevation 6,684 feet. That will give you a 43% chance of having a white Christmas if that's where you head to. Now, keep in mind, this is for that technical definition of 1 inch of snow on the ground. A lot of these areas might see a dusting of snow, and you might be able to find some lower amounts of that and call it a white Christmas. Either way, it's a long drive. You may want to catch a plane instead and head out to the Rockies, where you're almost guaranteed a chance of a white Christmas. I'm meteorologist Matt Barron, time for Fox 10's Next Weather.
Thank you so much, Matt, for that. Great report as always, and a lot of interesting information as well. Interesting to look at those chances up north. Switching gears now, a lot has happened today in the weather, so I want to start breaking that down. Weather, of course, will also do in some geology with this. If you haven't heard yet, there was a pretty significant earthquake that happened this morning off the coast of California, a 7.0. Let's go to our live earthquake tracker. There was a tsunami warning that was issued with this. We pushed that out on social media on the Fox 10 page. Good news is that has been canceled and there is no tsunami West Coast. But I wanted to bring this up and mention that this happened. So this is the earthquake track coast, and we'll kind of zoom around here. So the main earthquake, and let me make sure I'm on earthquake tracker, because it looks like we've had some larger after here. I'm going to pull in our 12 earthquake tracker real quick. We've had plenty of aftershocks after the main earthquake. The main earthquake was a 7.0, initially 7-point earthquake. So zooming in, this is off the coast of northern California, about 45 miles to the southwest of Eureka, California. And that big yellow circle, those happened over an hour ago. They're well over an hour ago at this point, actually. Those yellow circles are some of the bigger ones. They're strength by size there. And one that was the main earthquake that caused the tsunami warning. Just want to mention this because it's kind of bigger news. It made the West Coast a 7.0, now corrected earthquake. Depth of only miles at 10:44 a.m. Pacific Standard. For other very strong earthquakes, a 1 mile depth 7:44 a.m. earthquake of 7.0 just off the coast there. This is off of California. It prompted a tsunami warning. Fully, we have not seen any reports of that. However, we have seen damage in Northern California because of the earthquake itself, not because of a tsunami. So that is good to hear. They're expecting aftershocks continue over the next little bit here in Northern California, and over the next few days continue with aftershocks. And if I zoom out on the earthquake, you can see that there are a few smaller aftershocks around that epicenter, the main earthquake ones. That is what you would typically expect. A more significant earthquake like this. Again, no tsunami threat for the West now. But as it was a little scary for a little while when we had a snow this morning off the coast of California. It did prompt that they were quick to cancel it as they were looking at the data and tsunami had occurred. So that's the issues coast, kind of a scare this morning. Thankfully, not having to deal with any earthquakes here. I do want to get to our local forecast, talking about what's going on. Of course, we've had this morning also cooling conditions. As we go over the next few days, we'll continue to cool down. We have some rain falling right now at Mobile Report. It's 53 degrees. I'll take this full screen so you can see it. Degrees in Mobile with light rain falling there. Temperatures 53 in Atlanta, 47 in Little Rock. Try to pick out where that one is, and it's pretty easy to see. Now, this is the main cold front, the big time cold air is. That is just off to our northern Alabama. If I highlight it, there it is. That's in front right there. We'll zoom into it. Take a look at the temperatures across the southeast. And there's, once again, you can see it is freezing right now in Nashville, 32 degrees. This colder air is going to be plunging down in here overnight tonight, and really some cool temperatures. Already cold air is working in. We had a trough, and essentially that passed this morning, but the big front is coming later on, the kind of final push of our air. You see temperatures in the 50s across our area right now, but hold on tight for the evening. Also, quick note about the rain. Showers will begin of here over the next few hours and as we head into tonight. Right now, we do have light rain that is from plenty of areas. That means for a lot of these events, like Christmas tree lightings that are going on across our area tonight, just want to give you the head that we might still have just a couple sprinkles lingering around. There's a look at our Navigator Credit Union Battleship Memorial Park camera. And you can see 50s with the rain falling there. There's dolphins, a similar view. Very gloomy look there. Winds out of the north as well, strong at 14 miles per hour. Wind is going to be an issue for us today because that's what's going to make it feel even cooler. 58 degrees and it feels like it's right now, but get ready for tonight because as temperatures fall into the 40s, with those clouds around and maybe even a little bit of mist left over, you feel even colder with a strong northerly wind. So 47 degrees at 9 p.m. for the Daphne tree lighting. We're going to talk about more about that in the 3 p.m. show coming up just here. Also, Atmore tree lighting, 6:30. You can see temperatures fall to 40s. Grab your jackets and maybe a windbreaker type situation because of stronger winds out there this evening. Then overnight tonight, get really cold. This is kind of our big story for today, tonight, and tomorrow. This is a cold weather advisory, a slight change from a wind chill advisory, which is an older alert you might have been familiar with. They're consolidating all of those alerts under cold alerts, which makes complete sense. So it's a cold weather advisory. It's cold. It's going to feel very cold thanks to wind chill values up to around 15 degrees possibly. Take a look at some of these numbers. Start in Northwest Florida. 20 in Jay Century, Walnut Hill. 21 in Cantonment tomorrow morning. 24 in Pensacola. 24 Fort Worth. All the way down to the beach, guys. Hold on tight. It's going to be cold. Here's a look at Mobile and Baldwin counties. 23 in Mobile and Fairhope and Foley. 25 Gulf Shores, Orange Beach. 30 on Dauphin Island. The feels like temperature in Mississippi. 20 in 19 in Loosedale. 20 in Hurley. 24 in Pascagoula and Ocean Springs. Get ready for the chill in Mississippi. And of course, the focus is those inland areas where look at temperatures in the teens. 15 in Thomasville. 17 in Mobile, 19 in Repton, Castleberry, Evergreen, and Bruton. Looking at Washington County, 17 in Millery, 19 in Chattanooga. This is the number officially for 7 a.m. That's, if you will, data time for this particular look at the numbers. So 7 a.m. temperatures feeling like ready for it. Low temperatures stay low over the next few days. Not as low as the teens. Friday morning is our coldest morning, but we stay cool all the way through about Sunday. Then temperatures shoot up during the day on Sunday to around 60s. And then things change in our forecast. Look at how mild Monday and Tuesday are, with temperatures in the 60s for morning lows. Then with a rain chance. A front stalls over our area, and we get rain Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and the possibility of 2-3 inches with this. Finally, the front will get around here and pass on Wednesday, bringing cooler air in after that. Chances over the next 7 days, they go up 70, 60, 50 for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's our next big thing that we're tracking, the rain chance there. 7-day outlook, you can see we are calm and cold Friday and Saturday. Mostly sunny skies on Friday. Then we get to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with rain, the forecast. Tune in for Fox 10 Live at 3 p.m. live from Daphne. We'll see you in about 5 minutes.